Today we are doing a Record Store Day rundown, showing off all the limited releases that are going to be out. Record Store Day has changed dramatically this year, and we have changed with it. Record Store Day is one of our favorite days. It's a crazy fun day. What happens is this group called Record Store Day works with a bunch of different record labels and artists to put out limited exclusive releases on vinyl that you can only get from your independent record stores. And we can't hold them or pre-sell them. It's first come, first serve. Usually it happens in April. It's been all delayed, pandemic year, of course. So what's funny is we've got some freebies and stuff like that. Even the posters say April 18th, 2020. Obviously, it's been delayed. And this year, instead of releasing the huge list all at once, they've split it up into 3 dates. So this Saturday, September 26th, is Record Store Day Drop 2. And we're going to be covering all the releases we have available for that. And, of course, the last one is coming up October 24th. So we're going to be doing another Record Store Day for that. But what I want to talk about is the releases we have, what's unique about them, tell you how many we have of each, and what to expect. So when you arrive at Culture Shock, we're going to be open this Saturday at 8 a.m. We're open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And we're going to have tents and tables outside with some sales going on too. And we want to make sure everyone's safe and comfortable. So we're changing our layout. So if you've been here for Record Store Day before, pay attention because we've changed it a little bit. And what we're going to do is, instead of having a roundabout inside the shop, we are going to have everything single file, single crate lined up along our front windows when you walk in the store. So everyone won't be facing each other and things like that. We're going to trickle people in, keep it limited, so it's easy and comfortable to search for what you're looking for, and you can do it easily while wearing a mask and keeping your, minimum 6-foot distance from people. So it's going to be a little different, but it'll still be a lot of fun. It'll also be really easy to find what you want because we've got everything alphabetized for you. We're even calling in backup on some extra staff to help us get this all put together. So it's going to be a really good, fun trip. And what we're doing, too, to keep it limited, because it is a little less than usual because they've split it up into 3 dates, is you can buy up to 3 Record Store Day releases, 1 of each title, and then run out and jump in line and go through again. It'll move very quickly if you need to. But let's just jump right in. I want to start showing off some of the releases here we've got.
So just as a reminder,
yes,
everything will be lined up against the window, so you'll only be facing one way.
Correct. We're doing this so that, you're not facing each other across tables, things like that, to keep it extra safe. And it'll also be really easy because now it's A through Z all the way down one line with 7-inch and 10-inch at the beginning and soundtracks and compilations at the very end after that full-length Z.
So what you're going to be showing people is in order of how the records will be.
Yes, I've got them kind of staged here. There are still a few records showing up, but this is like 99% of everything we'll have.
And it's only this first row right
Correct.
here. We're going to spread them out.
One long row, and I'll show you the titles and how many we got. So that way you can kind of plan. I know some people, including me, because this Record Store Day really sucks because, gosh, there are so many things that even I would want. So you're going to really have to, because they're limited, you're going to have to scrutinize what you want and what order to get them in, because there's more than 3 releases I would pick up for sure. So it's going to cause you a little bit of grief figuring out which ones to get because they are so limited and there's so many stores part of this. That's the trick of the game. Some releases we only got 1 title of, some we got 10 or 15 of. So it's kind of a limited pick of the mix. So that's why I'm going to show you how many we got of each, and then you can kind of coordinate which ones you're going to be going after. Some people might want to bring a friend, help them get some of that. But let's show the free stuff first real quick. We do have a few limited posters. They did a really cool futuristic artwork. I love the collectability of some of the releases that have been coming out because they do have the wrong date. A lot of this stuff was ready to go pre-pandemic. We have some CD compilations too. I'll show you some other freebies, but let's get in. I'm going to check out the 7-inch. Well, let's show these little tiny. We got these little 3-inch records too. There's the Lion King and Post Malone and some of the other things.
So those will be on this front table.
Yep, that'll be first. We'll go in order of size. So 3-inch, 7-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch. Let's go through some of the 7-inch records really quick. We even have those little 3-inch record players. We are going to be doing a big sale outside too. There's going to be a lot of CDs and used records and new records half price. Inside the store will be all of our regular and limited new releases. Bayside's dropping to 7-inch. We got 2 of those. Biffy Clyro doing some Bowie covers. There's a Steve Earle 7-inch. The Good Life and the Pauses. That is is it a double 7-inch or just a really nice packaging? A lot of these have really great packaging. A lot of them are on color vinyl. Here's Jimi Hendrix, Message to Love and Changes. Is this on color vinyl? It is. I don't know what color it is. We'll check it out, but it is numbered too. So some of them are numbered. This one is a larger release of 10,000 copies. So we got quite a few of those. It looks like we got 7 of those. This is really interesting. This is John Lennon, Yoko Ono. This is an exact reproduction of the original 1970 release, Karma. And I love the artwork too. It's how the original one was. On one side A, it says play loud for instant karma. And then on play quiet on who has seen the wind. So that's kind of interesting. And it's really plain jacket. That's how it was originally released. We have 5 of those available. Loop. This is another kind of a deep cut. What's really interesting is Record Store Day does bring out some releases from really well-known artists and some from more obscure. Loop was more of like a 90s shoegaze band. This is a triple 7-inch record set from them. This is the Unrighteous Brothers, which is a coordinating group from Orville Peck and Paul Cather. 2 of those releases available. Arnold Lang Live. This is the last time Pink Floyd played that together live as a band. That's a recording of that. We have 4 of those. Pink Fong Baby Shark. The Soft Boys. Cat Stevens, just one of each of those. Here's one I'm super pumped about. Where's he at? Oh, yeah. ODB. This is the Old Dirty Bastard box set. The dirty edition of this. And this is on like Wu-Tang colors. It's blue, yellow, and white. Limited numbered edition of 3,000. This one's number 1510. They numbered it in gold foil numbering. But that's a 9-record 7-inch box set of that, all on some color vinyl. That's really cool. We'll just jump up here real quick with the 10 inches. We've got 2 of the Buju Banton, 1 Guided by Voices. Can you see that all right? On clear vinyl. 1 Meat Puppets 10-inch. Nako and the Medicine for the People. One of those, that's a picture disc, but it does come with artwork too. And then there is 2 of the Tavlo picture discs. A nice thick sleeve. And then Hank Williams and Drifting Cowboys. That is 51 recording. We got 2 of those 10-inch records. Pop those out of the way. Then we're going to get into the LP. So it starts with letter A. This is going to be the good stuff. We're going to show these off. This is, some of this stuff was maybe released in England. Some of it was not even on the official Record Store Day list. So if you saw the list at recordstoreday.com, there might actually be a couple extra things here. Some of it was regional. So there's a few releases on there we didn't get here in Illinois. This is the Acid Mothers Temple release. We only got 1 of those. We have 4 of the Allman Brothers Live 71. I didn't open it up. I really want to. It comes with a glow-in-the-dark poster, though. So that's a pretty cool release that they did on that. Robbie Basho, a very kind of primitive country, interesting guitar, more along the lines of like John Fahey. We have 2 of those. A lot of Wilco-related stuff. This is a Never Before on vinyl from O2, Jay Bennett and Edward Birch. And they were part of Wilco, of course, Jay Bennett, and Titanic Love Affair. So this is a very cool Wilco-related album because of Jay Bennett's involvement. Never before been on vinyl. Really excited for that. There's 2 other vinyl-related releases from Wilco, too. That's 3 of those Big L, great kind of underground hip-hop. Dude died way too soon. I think he's like early 20s. There's some live stuff on here. It's a double LP. And some demos. Really hard to find old school hip-hop. The Black Crowes, another release from them. This is a reprint of their 12-inch, their first single, Jealous Again. Picture 12-inch. We got 4 of those. The BMX Bandits, only 1 of those. 1 Marion Brown. Lenny Bruce, I found out this, I thought this was never before released, but this actually had been released by Lenny Bruce himself, comedian of the 60s. He had only sold it, though, to friends and people at his comedy shows, so it was never available commercially. It's probably out there if you look hard. It's probably in the collector circle, very expensive. But Record Store Day actually worked with his daughter, so it's directly from his family, authorized reproduction. We got 2 of those. There's some little Lenny Bruce stickers, too. I'm just going to pop those in there as a little freebie to go with those records. So some comedy releases. It's not just rock and indie bands. There's a lot of cool hip-hop. There's a lot of cool old-school soul. This is Solomon Burke, Back to My Roots. Great 60s, 70s soul artist. He was actually a preacher also. So that's a really cool reissue. I've never seen the original of that one, so it's probably a pretty scarce one. But the variety of music they're releasing, I think, is really amazing, and the packaging they're doing. Here's Canned Heat, the Record Store Day party with Canned Heat. Don't ever lay your joint down on your record player. That's probably a bad idea. So that's kind of funny. Fits the time. There's also a Canned Heat with John Lee Hooker. We got 2 of each of those Canned Heat records. One of the John Cale and Lou Reed. Brandy Carlisle. Oh, yeah, I left it out here somewhere. Yeah, she is the Record Store Day ambassador this year. So we do have some free Record Store Day buttons to give away. This is her release. Great singer, cool, folky, country artist. She actually is working with the guys from Soundgarden, all the remaining members, and did Black Hole Sun and Searching with My Eye Closed. This is a 12-inch live release of that. It's not streaming or anything. It's hard to find. I saw the YouTube video of them playing together. We got 5 of those. I've had a lot of people ask about that. Here's another great obscure one. The Boys Next Door. I know that's the name of the group. I'm just filing this under C for Nick Cave, so it'd be right in the same area. This was Nick Cave's first album. Very rare. Also original pressings, well over $100, I believe. Australian group before he was in Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. This is his band called the Boys Next Door. Door Door. We have 5 of those. 2 of the Don Cherry. There's a lot of good jazz too this year. This one's really cool. I have, oh, here's my record string banner. I was going to show this one off. This is Chan Grow, and that's kind of like a mathy prog rock band. I mean, I don't know what to explain. It's just very intricate, cool guitar work, but check out the color vinyl. Really nice, thick inner sleeve. That is the Chan release, Grow. Definitely for fans of anything between The Buried in Me, maybe, Tesseract, bands like that. Kind of this complicated math rock. Really cool gatefold release. Nice, thick jacket. Cool color vinyl. Ooh, here's another one. See, there's so many that I would want. We were going to challenge you to guess which ones would be on my list. Maybe next time, because there's so many.
We could still challenge.
There's some great hip-hop. There's some great metal. There's some really interesting stuff. I think I'm going to pronounce her name right. Susan Ciani. This is A Life in Waves. It's actually a soundtrack, but it's all her music, so I put it in Susan Ciani. She is a great early electronic composer, things like that. She's done music for movies, commercials, things like that. Very cool composing, electronic, a lot of synthesizers, stuff like that. Probably unknown to a lot of people, but it's cool that they're bringing that out. We got 3 of those. Willie Colon. There's only 1 of those. Coolio looks like, I think we might have a few more coming in. We've got 6 here right now. This is the reissue of Gangster's Paradise, probably the 25th anniversary, yes. And it's on double LP red vinyl. I think a lot of people will be out for the Coolio release. We got Cure Blood Flowers, 2 of those picture discs, and 1 of Cure 17 Seconds. Here's some more great, not underground or anything, but Currency, really great hip-hop release from him, Pilot Talk. He's worked with, if you don't know him yet, you should. He's got kind of that cool Southern flow. I think he's a New Orleans rapper. He's got that good, good samples, good beats. He's worked with Freddie Gibbs, Lil Wayne, people like that. But this is Currency on green vinyl, I think. Only 2,000 copies, 2,000 units, but we got 6 of those. Dinosaur Jr. only got 1 of those. Live one. Really interesting packaging on this too. This is the Doors Soft Parade. They call it stripped. This is kind of like stripped down versions with just the band members' instruments and less of the instrumentation that was produced. But the packaging is also stripped. It's a clear vinyl. You can see through, but it's still got all the artwork and stuff printed on the clear jacket, which is really nice instead of just having a plain clear jacket. It looks like they're hard to push through, but it looks like we got 8 of those. Darude Column on white vinyl, 1 of those. D-Mob is more like a techno house rarity, 1 of those. 1 of the Dusty Kid, Raver's Diary. It's another great jazz release here from Bill Evans, Some Other Time. High quality, half-speed mastering on the audiophile pressing. That would be a great sounding piece. Test out your system. We got 3 of those. Leaf Fields, one of my kind of more modern era kind of funk and soul artists. This is on green splatter vinyl. This is a great release on Super Soul Sound. We got 4 of those. Stay here. Okay, yeah. Feminine Complex, 1 of those. I put this in here as a placeholder because it's not in yet. But this was a Record Store Day a couple years ago, Fleetwood Mac Mirages. We are getting in tomorrow, or for Saturday, Fleetwood Mac Rumors, the alternate version of that. So it's going to have more of the band's mix instead of the produced mix of that. Here's another great release. It's probably a little more underground. Frankie and the Witch Fingers, Heavy Roller. This is on orange vinyl, I believe. Tangerine Creamsicle Splatter vinyl, excuse me, not orange. And there's 300 copies of that only. So that's a pretty limited one. If you haven't heard them yet, This is really good, jangly, kind of psychedelic garage rock with really high vocals too. Love that one. Here is a 5-record box set, the very best of Jerry Garcia. This is first time being released on vinyl as a box set. There's 4,000 copies. 2 of the records, first 2 records are studio recordings of Jerry Garcia's music of the Grateful Dead. And then 3 records are best picks, best cuts of some of his live recordings of that. We got 3 of those. Gotta have a Grateful Dead release. There's like always it seems like a Pearl Jam, a U2, like Jerry Garcia. Somebody has some stuff. Some good jazz stuff here. The Jimmy Guthrie, 3 and 4. 2 of those. Philip Glass, another great modern composer. Box set from him, 1 of those. Ellie Goulding. This was interesting, I thought. This is on first time on vinyl, I think, yeah. And it's also on printed on recycled cardboard jacket, and they didn't wrap it in shrink. It even says the stickers are placed directly on the jacket, so you know that if there's any light scratches or dents during shipping, stuff like that, and then it's sealed with just a sticker. So I thought that was interesting to reduce less waste, because obviously a lot of records, what do you do with that plastic shrink wrap? You just tear it off and throw it away. So we put it in a nice sleeve so you can keep it protected in a sleeve. But I think that's a really cool way. I'd like to see if more record labels are going to start doing that and have it in just a plain jacket with a little sticker over the seal. These can be removed if they're removable. Even if you leave them on, what's that going to hurt? So I'd like to see maybe more records start doing that, where you can just throw away the, instead of throwing away the shrink wrap, you can put it in your own sleeve or not even use a sleeve at all and reduce all plastic. But at any rate, I just thought that was really interesting, how it's a product for the environment. This is an Al Green release on green vinyl. Green, I think it's actually half green and half blue. Green and blue. Green Jelly, 1 of those. Here's another picture disc from Group Love. We got 1 of those. A lot of these were very limited. The Gun Club Live, 1983. This one, although it's labeled as Death Piggy, we're putting in the G's for Gwar. It'll be easy to find. There's only a handful of crates. This is never before on vinyl, I think. I've never even heard of this. This is really early Gwar, before they were even called Gwar, called Death Piggy. So this is really early recordings, LP of them, very affordably priced. We got only 3 of those. Gwar fans, pay attention. Terry Hall, this is his album. He was the singer of The Specials. We got 1 of those. Oh, that's what I was going to say when I said Grateful Dead. Another person you see a lot of releases from on Record Store Day usually is either Jack White or the White Stripes or something from Third Man Records, his record label. He did not disappoint this year for Record Store Day. We have, count them, 1, but 2, Screaming Jay Hawkins. Some of his more obscure albums. Of course, a lot of people know him from I Put a Spell on You. These are a couple of his other albums, kind of more soul and funk and some kind of like more far out stuff. Pretty rare though. I don't know. It just says limited edition. So I don't know if, this is kind of one of his more psychedelic ones. It might be on color vinyl. That could be a thing. A lot of things aren't labeled if it is on color vinyl. So that might be one you find out, hey, it's color vinyl. But that's a cool release from Third Man. We got 2 of the Hawkwind Live 72. That is Lemmy era. So Lemmy, pre-Motorhead, still in the band. Brittany Howard of Alabama Shakes. 2 of her live albums. Here's another one, Hootie and the Blowfish live, first time on vinyl. This is a double LP, 5,000 copies. This is from the Rearview Mirror Tour, which of course is probably their best, most well-known album. So this is from the era when they were playing, 95, playing great. This is a double LP. I think we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 copies of that. Making sure I didn't look up here and miss anything. Honey. Yes. 2 copies of that. Some more great jazz. This is a Bob James audiophile cut. New York 65. 3 of those. Jethro Tull Stormwatch 2. This is Stephen Wilson of Porcupine Tree. Remastered version of that. Josephus Rare Psych reissue. 1 of those. We have 1 Judas Priest picture disc left. And June of 44. So some of this stuff had been released in the August release date, but some things showed up late or came in. I'll just show off real quick. We got June of 44. We got both of their releases. 2 of that one, 3 of that one. And this is a producer who worked with them in the 90s who had also done like Shellac, Mission of Burma. It's definitely for fans of like Tortoise and Slint and bands like that. Ned Lag and Sea Stones. This is a very kind of experimental ambient album with members of the Grateful Dead. Lothar and the Hand People, psychedelic reissue of that group, 2 of those. Bob Marley and the Wailers, 2 of those. We got Nick Mason, Saucerful of Secrets, doing some live Pink Floyd music. There's 4 of those. This is the official reissue, half-speed mastering audiophile quality of Paul McCartney's first album. Another group we often see many releases from on Record Store Day. This is his first album, self-titled. I don't know if it was 1970. Yeah, it was. So also 1970, same year as the Lennon 7-inch. So this is 50 years of that album. We have a few. We got 8 copies of the Paul McCartney one. You want me to stay back here? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mew and the Glass-Handed Kites. This is the 15th anniversary expanded edition on black and white marbled vinyl. Believe, yeah, that's a double LP also. Really great kind of different band. We have 4 of those. Mott the Hoople, the Golden Age of Rock and Roll. 1 of those in here. Murder Capital's all black, hard to see. 1 of those. Nat Turner Rebellion. 1 of those. Yeah, the variety of music going from metal to rock to jazz to funk to soul. Just a great variety. And new artists and old artists. New Riders of the Purple Storm. 1 of those. This one, I think there's only 500 copies. I was surprised we were able even to get 2 of these. This is the New York Dolls live in Luxembourg, 1973. We got 2 of those on pink and white splatter colored vinyl. Here's another great band, kind of like that Frankie and the Witchfingers, kind of jangly, poppy, psych. The Night Beats, Sonic Bloom. Is that the name of the album? Yeah, Sonic Bloom. I have the original pressing of this from many years ago. Green vinyl. I think this is probably going on, well, I thought it was 10 years old. It's 2013, but it's been out of print for quite a few years. I used to keep it in stock in the store, but it's been out of print for years now. So pick this up while you can. It's a great album if you haven't heard of the Night Beats yet. 3, 6, we got 6 of those, and it's on green vinyl. The Night People, this is an obscure 1964 British band, I think. Yeah. Really cool, crazy artwork. Only 1 of those. Originals are quite rare, I believe, on that one. We only got 1. Nocturnal Emissions, this is more of an industrial group. 1 of those. Here's one I've had some people definitely asking about. The Biggie box set. It is a Biggie box set. It's a 9-record box set. I really wanted to open one up. I'm not going to. I'll let you guys do that whenever you get it. But this is remastered. This is all 4 of his albums. Ready to Die, Life After Death, Born Again, and him with the Junior Mafia, Conspiracy. Just Life After Death is a triple LP. The other ones are double LPs. Ooh, I want this so bad. Look at the low number. Number 127. Each box is numbered. They only did 2,000 of them. We have 4 of them available. Obviously, first come, first serve. It is on clear vinyl, 180 gram. It is heavy. It's a 9-record box set. I also want this, even though I already have the reissues of all those albums. It's been remastered. It's probably really up to snuff and sounding really dope. So whoever gets that will be very, very happy, very lucky. You'll have all the Notorious B.I.G. stuff in 1 box set. This is another cool, crazy band. It's on like splattery, ghostly green vinyl. 100 Gex. 1,000 Gex and the Tree of Clues. And 100 Flowers. We put numbers. I know some stores put them under A. We put numbers and stuff as they're spelled. So 100 or 100 Gex is under O for 100. So again, if you're just joining in, Record Store Day is coming up this Saturday, September 26th at Culture Shock here in Rockford, Illinois. We are opening at 8 a.m., open 8 to 6. I forgot to mention earlier, if you cannot make it in or don't live here or something like that, we can't have these for sale online based on Record Store Day rules. It's first come, first serve, but we will be able to sell them later in the day. So at 8 p.m. that night, we're going to revamp, go through everything, and update our website. We will have a section and share a link on our social media to cultureshockshop.com, and you will be able to buy any records that are still available at 8 p.m. Central Time. That's at cultureshockshop.com. But the way it works here in Record Store Day in the daytime is you can get up to 3 releases, run through the line. We're going to keep everyone spaced out nice and safe, and then jump back in line if you do want to get more than 3 releases. Only 1 of each title, though. You can't come through and buy all 3 of the Biggie boxes. We got 4 of them, though, but So we're going to keep it fair like that. And outside, we're going to be doing a big sale. Weather's looking good. There's going to be tons of, you should see behind me, the store is crazy. Our record section way up there and our crates stacked to the ceiling of records that are going to be half price outside in our tents. That's new and used vinyl. We have a whole bunch of that we're going to have on sale, and a bunch of CDs and DVDs also. But in here, we're talking about the record store day releases. I'm at P right now, so it's 7-inch, 10-inch, 3-inch records, A through Z of 12-inch records and LPs, and then at the end is going to be soundtracks and compilations, and we'll have them all lined up, ready to go for you. The Pale Saints, one of those, and, whoops, sorry, Pale Fountains, one of those. Too many Pales here. And then the Pale Saints, this is a replica of the Japanese release, great 90s band. 2 of those. It's a great classic metal piece from Paradise Lost, live in 95. This is on 1,500 copies on white colored vinyl, double LP, numbered. This is number 266. I like when they say, oh, there's so many thousand or hundreds of copies, but it's that little extra detail. When they number them, I get to pick which number I get or see which number. It's like, it's not like winning the lottery, but it's like, oh, getting a lucky number, you know? Anyway, Paradise Lost, we have 5 of those. Here's another really cool, obscure one. I have not found an original. It's pretty scarce. A 60s group called Parish Hall. It's out of print, 50th anniversary, power rock debut on Fantasy Records. So this was a power trio group. This is an analog mastering too by Kevin Gray. So really going to be really great sound. He's worked with a lot of the audiophile companies to produce really great sounding records. Parish Hall though, this group, if you haven't heard them, they're not like crazy hard or heavy psychedelic. They are pretty cool. But even if you're into just like, let's say Jimi Hendrix to Creedence Clearwater Revival or something, you would definitely, I think, be able to pick up on them. Good sounding band. We have 5 of those. Only got 1 of this one. That's a rare. Dave Pike, the Jazz for the Jet Set. Really cool artwork on that too. Working with Herbie Hancock and Clark Terry, a lot of other early jazz musicians, kind of that loungy jazz. Let's show off this Primus one. Primus, Suck on This, live in 89. Wow, I forget how old they are sometimes, but I'm a huge Primus fan. I have like all their records probably. Really excited for this release. This is an interactive release. I'll call it interactive in a very lame old school sense because I'm not too crazy. Comes with, I'll try them on for you, 3D glasses. Cardboard 3D glasses. The artwork on the album is 3D. It looks like wow, like Wallace and Gromit and Gumby or something like that. It looks kind of like he's coming out at me and handing me this mug of beer or something like that. So be interesting to see years down the road if anyone's lost their 3D glasses and how that affects the future value of this. Because some of these records from previous record store days I've noticed are quite expensive. This is also on clear blue vinyl, swirly blue vinyl. But I just had to show that one off because I was like, oh, hey, it's got 3D glasses. You got to check those out. I got to have some coffee. Usually for Vinyl Happy Hour when we're doing record videos, usually partaking in a little whiskey. This morning, it's Java Mania coffee. Can you tell I've had some coffee already? Okay, so Primus, we did get quite a few of that one. Yeah, that's never been on vinyl, I'm quite certain. So 4, 5, we got 10 copies of that one. Remastered also for vinyl release. Going to be a great sounding release. I already gave it a spin last night, actually. Ramones, it's a live too. We've seen the live Ramones before. Even the photo on this is cool. It looks like a recent photo, really nice and clear. Ooh, more numbering. It's got that gold foil numbering. It's a double LP live. They did 8,000 copies of it. First time ever on vinyl. This was recorded in 77. One of the heart years of punk and the Ramones, of course. We got 3, 4, 5, 6 of the Ramones one. It's another release from, well, REF. Okay, Refused, BBC, got 2 of those. And then we also got Replacements, the complete Incarcerated live. This is from a full live show on their Don't Sell a Soul tour, a triple LP, with notes and stuff by Bob Mayer. And they did 8,500 copies, not numbered, might be inside, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. The Residents, Icky Flicks, 1 of those. Roxy Music on clear vinyl. one of those. Gene Russell, another great funk and jazz release, one of those. The Scotolite Skavuvi with it's blue vinyl and a 7-inch record. We have 3 of those. Sky, one of those. Sam Smith picture disc, one of those. Sock Tight, one of those. Here's the other, Sun Volt. This is live in 05. We have 2 of those. Of course, he had worked with, Jay Farrar had worked with Jeff Tweedy and stuff like that with Uncle Tupelo pre-Wilco. So this is the other band that was created of that split with Sun Volt and Wilco. Only 2 of those. I think we might have 2 more coming in. So we'll have 4 of those. Britney Spears, Oops, I Did It Again. The remixes, club mixes, and all that stuff. 2 of those. Squirrel Nut Zippers, their very first album. 1, 2, 3 of those. Of course, I don't know. There's crazy, weird, good music, 90s. A lot of people know the song Hell. Jimmy Sweeney. This is another really obscure cut. 4 of this release. Jimmy Sweeney was a 50s kind of Nashville country and soul artist. I think he'd worked with Sam Phillips. He's called, what do they call him? The Greatest Mystery Voice, because a lot of his music and stuff was actually used by Elvis. So a lot of people knew his songs or had heard his songs because of Elvis, but nobody knew Jimmy Sweeney really. So he's kind of a real underdog in the music industry. So really cool to see them putting together a proper release for him. We got 3 of the Tangerine Dream release, Tiger. Team Drush, 90s also, 1 of those. Tegan and Sarah live on splatter vinyl, purple splatter vinyl. Tonight in the Dark, we're seeing colors. We have 4 of those. Johnny Thunders and Wayne Kramer's Gang War. We put this under the last name of the first artist listed. This is in the tease. We have 3 of those. Tones on Tail, Bauhaus members of, 1 of those. Sophie Tucker, 1 of those. We're getting here to the end. Ultravox, 2 of those. U2, 11 o'clock TikTok, 1 left of those. Wale, wow. We have, on red vinyl too, we have 3 of those. Summer Walker, 2 of those. This one we got quite a few of. This is going to be probably one of the biggest ones we have coming out. This is Roger Waters of doing The Wall live in 1990. This is a 2-record set, very affordably priced. Fans of Pink Floyd, pay attention. Originals of that obviously being 1990. That was a very dead time for vinyl, so it's extremely rare. It looks like we got about 18 of those. I think there'll be a lot of people looking for that. The Wolfgang Press, 1 of those. Another Wu-Tang related one, Rockabye Baby. Lullaby renditions of Wu-Tang, 2 of those. Camille Yarbrough. Oh, I should remember also, not here yet, we have the Yardbirds, Roger the Engineer, 2 of those still coming in. I can't show them off yet, they're not here yet. This is a really great kind of funky soul beat poet album. 1975, I'm going to try to pronounce her name, Camille Yarbrough. The Iron Pot Cooker. Listening to this, she definitely throws off like this, like Gil Scott-Heron, Patti Smith vibe, kind of that beat poet, preaching the music, preaching the soul. Her music's great funky soul too. It's kind of half and half mixed. A lot of people, I mean, there's many reasons to get this record, of course. Obviously, it's a great record store to release great funk and soul, affordably priced. Originals are crazy expensive, $100 to $200 probably or more. So it's worth it to get it just because getting originals is going to be tough. The other reason, just for the track, Got to Praise You Like I Should. I'm not going to sing it, but that Fatboy Slim sample came from this album. And everyone would know it if you know that song. Love that song. This is so cool to hear the original version of it, though, from her. So we got 4 of those. Now I'm getting into the compilations of various artists. So there's going to be some interesting stuff here. Behind the Dikes, beat, blues, and psychedelic nuggets from the lowlands of the European, Amsterdam area, stuff like that. Kind of some rare stuff like that. This is all actually 64 to 72. So a lot of these songs are going to be from 45s and really rare releases, stuff like that. The Dance Craze, 40th anniversary of a lot of different ska artists and stuff like that, and ska punk, the specials, the Beat, Madness, Selector. Really cool compilation, reissue of that. I'll bet you it's on color vinyl. I'm not sure if it is. It probably is, though, is my guessing. And it's half-speed master, going to be a high-quality sound. Because, yeah, compilations are notorious for sounding like crap because they're taking music from different sources, and it doesn't sound good. Best ofs and compilations can sound pretty poor. especially back in the day. So they've remastered this. That's going to sound better than the original, I'm sure of it. Here's another one I really want. Oh my God. Nativity in Black, a tribute to Black Sabbath. I think it's on black and white vinyl, and 3,000 copies on heavy black swirl vinyl, clear with black, double LP. Very rare. I wonder what year this came out. 94. That's why it's rare. A Year of Dead vinyl. You've got Sepultura, Biohazard, White Zombie, Ozzy, Faith No More, Typo Negative, all these great bands doing Black Sabbath covers. We have got 6 of those. That's another really cool release. I put it here. It's called Nativity in Black. Put it under Black Sabbath B. This is an audiophile test record of some different music. Godinsky. It's a compilation. This is another compilation, High Tide Groove, Choice DJ Cuts 1969 to 81 of the High record label, which Al Green had been on. So there's a lot of great, Ann Peebles is on here, a lot of great soul, funk, stuff like that. Only one of those, only one of these also. Tribute to Wes Anderson, I Saved Latin. There's all sorts of different bands, Matt Pond, Escondido, Solvents, Ghost in You, Boris, I Love You, Boris Yeltsin. The Ghost in You, a lot of different artists reinterpreting music in tribute to him. Studio One, we have 2 different reggae compilations. The Sun Records Record Store compilation. This are 2-tone. This is another like a ska reggae compilation. Here's the other one. This is the final Wilco release now. This is Wilco covered by different artists. There's so many great versions of Wilco songs on here. It looks like we've got 7 of these. You've got Parquet Courts, Courtney Barnett, Kurt Vile, Low. Oh man, so many. And Riley Walker doing Love Is Everywhere. Riley Walker right here from Rockford, Illinois. So that's really cool to see him on there too, doing a Wilco song. Zap Mama, Adventures in Afropia. This is like an Afro-European compilation. Now we're into soundtracks. There's some great soundtracks too. Although I won't even talk about the movie Batman and Robin. Say what you want to about it. But this is music from and inspired by Batman and Robin. I like the movie, I guess so. I'll just say it. Not my favorite Batman movie, I won't say that. But the music is killer on here because you've got the great song from the Smashing Pumpkins. You've got Bone Thugs and Harmony, R.E.M., Jewel, Goo Goo Dolls, Soul Coughing. Great soundtrack. I believe it's on blue and red vinyl too. So, very rare. I think... I don't know, a lot of this stuff, 80s, 90s, 2000 stuff especially, is actually surprisingly rare on vinyl. We have 4 of those. Another soundtrack. Oh yeah, the Dark Crystal picture disc from the Netflix series. Only 1 of those. Here's another one I was excited about, Hackers. Say what you want about the movie again. I mean, it's fun to watch. It horribly has not held up well, but the music's still cool. Orbital and Underworld and Prodigy and Stereo MCs. Look at the sticker. The sticker that announced the 20th anniversary is a floppy disk. How Hackers is that? That's a great little addition they put on there. So 2 LP set with artwork and liner notes and cast photos and all the extra goodies inside. We have 6 of those. Mortal Kombat picture disc. How are we doing on time? 2 of those. We're wrapping up here now. We're at the end. Purcellville. This is a Neo Morricone soundtrack. This is another really cool release, the Queen and Slim soundtrack from that series. This is a double LP on Motown. You've got tracks from Lil Baby, Vince Staples, Megan Thee Stallion, Earth Gang too. There's just so many great, mostly modern hip hop artists and stuff like that, and some older tracks too. You got Lauryn Hill on here. Double LP. We have, it looks like, just a few of those available. We got 3 of those. The X-Files soundtrack, and that's the end. So we have 3 of those. That is our Record Store Day rundown. Like I said, we're going to have a lot of fun. That's happening this Saturday, September 26th at Culture Shock. 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. we will be open. I can't even tell you how many thousands of other and hundreds of used and hundreds of new vinyl we are going to be putting out besides the Record Store Day releases. So this is just, like I said, the most exciting part and the most limited part is the Record Store Day releases. So we hope to see you in here soon. Yeah, Lauren's showing off the mountainous crates of vinyl that we're going to have. We're lining these up to put actually outside for a half-price sale. So there's going to be loads of half-price new and used records. There's Bean down there waiting for us to get done with this video. So yeah, we can't wait to see you guys. Record Store Day is going to be awesome. And get here early if you want the freebies or some of the limited ones. I mean, we'll be open till 6 p.m. Take your chances. You know what they say about early birds, though? Some of this stuff is quite limited and we cannot hold it for you. Unlike usual releases, we can sell them ahead of time or hold them for you. Record Store Day is a little different. Part of our agreement with that is it is first come, first serve. So bring your mask, get ready. Weather's looking great. You won't have to wait in any cold or inclement weather. I believe it'll be really nice. And we'll wrap through here, have a lot of fun. And I wish I had time to show you all the other releases we're going to have out available. So you'll have to get in and check those out. Again, if you can't make it at 8 p.m. that night, you can find the releases available still at cultureshockshop.com. Happy Record Store Day. We'll see you Saturday.